Well, welcome back. We have on Gina Watson. She is the owner of South Bay Jewelry. Welcome, and nice to see you again.
Thank you.
And also nice to see you again, Polly Spar. I think a lot of you recognize her. She is not only a customer of South Bay Jewelry, but Gina came over and spoke at one of your events as well.
The Christian Women's Club, yes, she did.
Very
Women's
good.
Club.
Well, welcome to the both of you. And I see you brought along a lot of interesting stuff. And you've talked about before your legacy program, and it's about people that can come in and bring some of the things that maybe they've had stored away for years. It might have been their parents or grandparents, and it's a way for you to take a look at them and maybe value them, or they may bring it in and go, what the heck is this? And I know that from a fact, because we were given a lot of old, I want to say silverware serving pieces that were my grandmother's, and looking at the weird shapes and going, what is this? And that it's a wonderful program, it really is.
It is, and the unique thing about it is we take it a few other steps. Not only do we encourage them to bring in their treasures so that we can sort through them, because a lot of the clients don't know what it is that's real and what is not real, and what's of value, but also we're going to help them decide different ways that maybe they have to sell their items. It's not always just selling it for gold value. It might be selling it to brokers or people that have interests that will bring a higher volume to our clients. And then the third thing that's the most important is our legacy that we developed. And that's inviting people to really look at their family members, their heirs, people that they would like to leave their treasures to. And the most important thing about it is a lot of the items that people generally just give to their family members are maybe things that the family members aren't that interested in, and then they just go and resell it. So we look and we kind of consult, like almost like an estate planning, where we can talk to them and say, you know, these are maybe items that the family would be interested in because it's a special diamond, or it's embossed in a special way. And these other items are things that maybe they're not going to be interested in. So when we have our program, we talk about that.
I'm looking at this. This is beautiful, and this is, I'm not sure what this is. I'm going to say it's like an old style egg cup or something like that. But do you know what it is?
Well,
how wrong am I?
You know what? This came from
really
an era.
beautiful.
Where families would have these fantastic pieces and they entertained. And I know for myself, I entertained back in the 80s, and not at levels like these beautiful pieces.
This is really nice.
These nowadays are the items that we buy from our clients, and we either find buyers or they are sent back to the melting pot.
Yeah. Just depending what they are. I wouldn't send those back because I don't even
Those
know
are
what
gorgeous.
the value, but they're really nice. And it's funny, I said an egg cup, and then Polly said it might have been for liquor. And there's actually a relationship there, because the word cocktail comes from originally, I don't know the French word exactly, but originally from an egg cup, because that was the size that they used. But these are absolutely beautiful. I want to ask you something. You brought along a certificate here. The GIA, and explain a little bit about that. I came across that years ago when I got my wife's wedding ring, and I really studied up on that. Tell us about that, what that means exactly.
It's a very high credential in our field. It's kind of like taking the bar exam. It's about a 2-year program, and we learn everything about the value, diamonds, we learn all about gemstones. So this is kind of nice, because when you're dealing with somebody like we train our associates in the legacy program, you've got GIA gemology behind you, which also helps really evaluate and give you, a feeling that there is that level of confidence. So I'm sharing that today because we want to really let our clients recognize that when we talk to you about your estates, we really do stand at the highest level of, of appraisal.
Right.
Yeah.
And there is, when you're buying diamonds or a diamond ring, or it might be, there's all these different grades that are involved with that, and this is something that you folks can talk about when someone comes in, like yourself, and might say, I'm looking for whatever it might be, or bringing something in.
Should I keep it or sell it?
Yeah, exactly. And I think what's really important is that a local jeweler, that's what I did. I lived up in Huntington Beach at the time, but instead of going to the big box stores and all that, I went to a local jeweler where it was much more one-on-one, and I could go back to him over a course of time and get the ring I wanted, and they helped me design it and all that kind of stuff. A local jeweler can really do that for you, and you get much more of a one-on-one.
Correct.
Yeah, it's great.
Right now we're dealing with a diamond that is so flawless, but the color level is so, just one color level is going to make the biggest difference for our client. And this is a 100-year-old diamond that was given to him by his family, and he's at the point in his life now where he's ready to sell it. So with our expertise behind us, we can guide him and give him the right choices to make.
Very good. Now, Polly, you've had Gina come over and speak at your group, the women's community group, and you've also been over there. You're a customer of South Bay Jewelry.
Well, what she brought to the Women's Connection was what should you keep and where can you take it to have it evaluated, whether I should save it and give it to one of my kids or should I sell it? Is it valuable for me to keep if I never use it for 20, 30 years? That's foolish.
Right.
So her expertise to the Women's Connection was what to do with what you have and how to get rid of it or keep it in a valuable way so that it's not just under a shelf or gathering dust. It's really important to know what you have and keep what you want or what you love and get rid of that which you don't need or want.
Right.
So that's what she did with the ladies, and she appraised their different things that they brought in because we had put in the announcements ahead of time. If you want her to look at anything, she'd be happy to do that at no cost at the luncheon. And I'd like to have her come back in December. I think November or December, we're trying to get that in our calendar.
And that is something you're offering to do for other clubs as well, to educate people about your legacy program, but just in general, they can, just like Polly said, they may have all these different artifacts or jewelry and silverware. Is
a little cup like this, or a bigger cup.
Yeah.
What do we do with it?
Right. So we're extending our invitation out to clubs and to groups, organizations in the village. And it's wonderful for me. I have such a passion for it because every day I have people coming into our store for the legacy. And they're so surprised at the questions we ask and the direction that we can give them. So I'm so excited to reach out to our community. And if I can be of assistance for those that are members or would like to tell your group about us, we will come to you and we'll talk about it, and we'll give you some great examples that we see every day. The 99-year-old client right now that we're redoing her vintage pearls for select family members.
Very good.
Can
people bring stuff there if they want? And
bring it in anytime.
So kind of like a little Antiques Roadshow type thing.
Yeah, it is.
And to get involved with that, they can give you a call at 830-0990. And you're not far. You're on Avenida de la Carlota, so very close by. I've got to ask, this piece here, it's a little ladle, but as you can see, it's perforated in there. I'm going to guess this might have been for like olives or something like that.
I was going to say olives. Yes.
Yeah, this is nice. These are beautiful
Isn't
pieces.
That lovely?
I should bring our stuff in.
You really should.
We just have a whole box of things, and
like this one
I'm
here
hold
is another
these two
one.
Up here. And Ken can take a look at those. Really nice.
Beautiful pieces.
And you don't see this anymore.
No.
Who uses these things? But they're just great.
But it's
and
nice to get them out of your drawer,
it
out
is.
of the closet, and put them on your coffee table.
Yeah, we've often talked about getting them mounted, just a few of the really unique pieces, and putting them up, and just so when people come over, like, what the heck is that? Well, that's a sardine scooper upper or something like that.
How long ago it's from?
Yeah.
It's from 100 years ago, from an aunt or a grandmother or somebody.
Very nice, beautiful pieces. And again, as I said, like I did years ago, going to a local jeweler in your area, whether it's for a piece that you want for yourself or you want something evaluated, it's just so much more special and one-on-one. You create a relationship with a local merchant, and it's important. Very much so. Yeah. Thank you for coming on, both of you.
Very
Appreciate it.
And South Bay Jewelry, you can call them at 949-830-0990. And you're on Avenida de la Colada. What's the cross street there? Is it by Ridge Route? Is it over
Well,
there?
no, we're in the same shopping center as Trader Joe's.
Oh, that's right. All right.
So we're over
So
by
the other
Marshall's
way.
and closest to the Laguna Hills Mall, that
All
end
right.
of the center.
All right. Very
Great.
good.
Thank you, Ken.
Very nice for having you on.
Thank you so much for
South
having
Bay
us.
Jewelry. Folks, we'll be right back with a segment from Sterling Financial Advisors.